Hey y'all, it's your girl B back in the cut. Um, Honestly, I can't sleep, and I wanted to talk about something because I've been getting a lot of questions lately on social media where people want to know how I'm dealing, how I'm doing this whole thing as a single mom, as a single 20-year-old mom with my 1-year-old son about to be 2 and currently pregnant with my second son. My response is it's all God. Like, to be honest, this whole experience it's all brand new for me. Let me just put that out there. This is brand new for me, literally, because I literally graduated high school a year ago. I was a senior. I got pregnant my senior year. Then I was in a dysfunctional, toxic relationship with from the age of 15 years old till 20. So, like, this is my first time ever. Like, it's so many things. Like, I'm 20 years old. I'm going into my grown woman stage, still learning the difference between girl and woman, while figuring out myself in the process, figuring out the woman I want to be, being the best mama I can be. On top of that, becoming independent, my own household, working, going back to school, like, it's just everything is just so brand new. It's just weird. I don't even know how to explain it because it's so much in one, it's so many things all in one. It's just not like, like like I got all the answers, because I really don't. I don't have all the answers. But I tell you one thing, like, this has been my first time ever being completely alone and single. Because in my teen years, I was always with somebody, I always was in a relationship. My first boyfriend I had at 13. Then 15 years old, I met my baby daddy. And so my whole teen life was just focusing on love, if that makes sense, while all at the same time being a kid in high school, middle school, so it's just, now it's just weird. It's just a brand new chapter, and it's weird too because I'm not the typical 20-year-old woman, like, I have friends that are like out there doing their own thing, literally, and they can do that because they don't have like major responsibilities. They just focus on them completely. And with me, I have to focus on me plus my sons, plus protecting myself 100 times more and protecting them. Like, everything is just not about me, it's about them too. So it's a little bit more complicated, because when you're like completely single as a woman, you can just take as many risks and chances as you want completely, with people, either gender, like friends, female friends, or even guys, that want to talk to you. But then it's different as a single woman, especially at 20. And like, I'm figuring out this whole thing. I'm still figuring out this whole thing while all of the process, putting God first. Lord, I'm trying to catch my breath. Everything is it's different. It's different and it's new for me. And like, I really don't know how I'm doing it. I'm just honestly, every day of my life, I'm like praying, like all the time. Especially like with the hard, you know, the pain that I've been going through for the past few months. Like since I left my hometown, I left my whole my past completely. Like it's hard, you know, starting a whole new life in a new place, leaving behind what you're used to, like especially when it comes to like my love life. I was extremely used to somebody else. So it's been really, really hard, like adjusting, understanding what you can't understand, you know, like it's a lot. I don't even know, like it's just so much, you know, because as a when you're so used to something and then you like one day, literally one day, that's all it takes. It's just one day you just finally wake up from something and you just kind of feel like, I can't do this anymore. Like I can't keep putting myself through this. You know what I'm saying? I was like in my hometown, I was stressed out, I was feeling lonely, I was mistreated a lot. I was in a place where nothing was working for me at all. It just wasn't not working at all. You know, the relationship I was in was not working. Nothing was working. So I don't know, like the day when I made the biggest decision of my life, leaving my hometown, leaving the person that I thought I was going to spend the rest of my life with, that was the hardest decision of my life. It really was. It was hard, but I had to do what I had to do for my sanity, my well-being, my health, my son's well-being, his protection. You know, we just deserve better. We deserve so much more. We deserve so much better. And I was bound, you know, to sacrifice everything that I was used to, everything that I loved, just everything. I was willing to sacrifice everything just for my sons to actually have everything that they were not getting, you know, and I was not able to provide on my own, unfortunately, over there in the United States. And so I made that big, huge decision. I'm sorry, y'all. I keep distracting myself because I keep watching these videos on my iPad. I need to stop. But I made this huge decision. I really did. It was the biggest decision of my life, and it didn't take no time at all because I had God in my ear the night that everything kind of went down. I don't want to talk about that night or that day. Maybe one day I'll talk about it, like in the future. Maybe I won't. I don't know. But I'm not ready to talk about none of that stuff, honestly. But that day was a very dark day. And I just remember sitting in the room and I was just praying. I was praying. I was just like crying so hard. I was so hurt. I couldn't take it no more. Like, you know, when you just like, as a woman, you like reach your breaking point. You just feel like this is not happening. Like, this is not working, you know? And it was so disappointing to me. It was so disappointing. Because, you know, like, when you're just so used to your hometown, you're so used to the person that, you know, you've been with since you were like a little girl. You're just like, I was so scared, but I literally had God like in my heart, in my ear, and my God was just telling me like straight up, like, you gonna be all right. Like, you gotta do what you gotta do. And I wouldn't, like, he told me straight up, like, I will not honor you unless you honor yourself first. And I took his advice, and I heard, I don't know, you know, they say you crazy. I don't want nobody saying I'm crazy. Because God really do be talking to you. He really do. He really do. Like, he talks to you. And that's my testimony. And I took his advice, and I was like struggling so hard, you know. And that same day I called up my biological father, and I was just like, I need you to come get me right now. Especially after I had told him everything that had happened. My daddy was like, okay, I'm coming right now. 2.5 seconds, my daddy came. Literally came. No time wasted. My daddy came, scooped me and my son up, and the journey started from there. For real, it completely started from there. I'll tell y'all, I've been to a couple of different places, for real, until I finally found my home, if that makes sense. For real. And it seemed so hopeless. It really did. The whole thing, it seemed so hopeless. I was just like going through it so bad. I never in a million years would have thought that I would go through what I went through. You know, I never, you know, as a child, you don't really think about the bad things. You don't. You think mostly about what kind of good stuff, you know, you can get, you know, like, especially when you're in love, you think about how, you know, you're going to spend the rest of your life with the person you're in love with. You're going to have their babies. It's going to be, you know, ups and downs, but you're going to get through them. You know, the whole house, like the whole nine. Like, I wanted the whole freaking nine. And I don't know what God got in store for me in the future, you know, but I'm just explaining, like, what I was thinking back then. And I just wanted the whole nine. But unfortunately, God had different plans for me. And he still got different plans for me. I'm still figuring this whole thing out day by day, while all healing from what I'm used to. Traumatic events that still play through my head every other day. Anxiety. Sometimes I have crying spills. Like, everything ain't all rainbows, you know. Like, when you get out of a bad relationship, you think about a lot. That's all I can say. You think about a lot. A lot. It's kind of like, it's almost, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, you know, it's just, I've been reading a lot up on it. It's a lot of like trauma bonding. You know, it's a lot of things that you like, look back at yourself and you kind of want to like slap the shit out of who you was back then. Like, what the fuck wrong with you? Like, why you went through that? Why the hell you let that happen to you? Like, you know, like, why the hell you ain't leave that nigga? Like, you want to get mad at yourself a lot. Like, you know, why you so stupid? Why you so naive, you know? But young women, we gotta go through these things, you know what I'm saying? We gotta go through these things for us to, you know, finally realize our worth, what we deserve. Loving ourselves first, putting ourselves first, you know. So this whole journey has just been crazy. And it's only been 5 months going into 6 months, so half of a year. It's so scary. So scary. But I'm so extremely grateful to God. I really am. I'm so extremely grateful, you know. That we finally have our own home, you know. And like, the things that are so heavy on my mind most of the time, to be honest, are my boys. Are extremely my boys. Because as a 20-year-old woman, you have to stay grounded, you know. You gotta stay really grounded, you know. You just can't allow just anybody to just put their face in the equation, you know. Like, at this point in my life, I just don't feel like I have time to like make any more stupid mistakes, you know, or be like reckless, as I was saying, like take risks and stuff. I don't have time for none of that. I really don't at all. And my sons, they're so valuable, they're so important, you know. Like, they're gonna be somebody's daddy one day, they're gonna be somebody's husband one day. And whoever, which I'm scared as hell to even think about it for real. But whoever, you know, like wants to prove to us, you know, like they're worthy of being in our lives, especially in their lives, like they better be sent from the heavens up above for real. Because my sons, they deserve a strong man. They deserve a very strong man, somebody who gonna really show them the way, lead them to, you know, to the heavens. Because, you know, like I said, it's just not anybody can come up in here, you know. Like, it's all about them. It's all about them. You know, they need to see somebody, you know, who honestly loves and respects their mom, loves and respects them, takes care of us, you know. Like, whoever the person is, I don't know if he exists, but I'm just saying, just talking general, like, you know, just not anybody can come into our lives, you know. Because what they witness, what they see, what they hear, what they view, whoever comes into their life and speaks into their ears, you know, is very crucial. Very crucial. And I just want them to be the best man that they can be on this earth, you know. Because they don't have a lot of good men out here. They really don't. And